Hey, what's up with y'all? This Lonely Spiritual. Alright, so in this video, I want to talk about creating your optimal self before dating. Alright, okay. Now, I feel like that's very important. Now, why I feel like that's very important is because by you creating your optimal self before getting into any relationship, and like, I'm talking about any relationship, like a friendship, a business partnership, a romantic relationship, any kind of relationship. Like, you have to create your optimal self before you go and expect your outside world to be anything that you want or that you want to manifest into your reality. You first have to hold it within first. Okay, so a lot of people get into these relationships and they keep getting done dirty and stuff like that, and it's like, man, it's like, for example, right, um somebody will keep getting into relationships with narcissists and people who abuse their power and people who like to lie and manipulate and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, you might not understand, like, how am I attracting this type of person and I'm not this type of person. The reason you attracting that type of person is because there's something inside of you that either you bury deep inside that you don't like about yourself, and you might have been like that in the past or something like that, or it might just be inside of you and you might do it subconsciously without you knowing. Or is that something inside of you is telling your reality that you don't have boundaries and you need to work on your boundaries and stand on your boundaries, and until you do that, until you improve on that, you're going to keep attracting situations to where your boundaries are going to keep getting stepped on and keep getting stepped on. So now you might be like, okay, well, I know I need to create my optimal self before getting into to a relationship, any relationship in general, and you want to know the first steps to do that. Okay, so the first step for you to do that, which is create your optimal self before dating, is separate yourself. All right, you need to separate yourself from everybody. And the reason why you need to separate yourself from everybody is because you need to focus your energy inward. You need to focus it inward. You need to go within and just start exploring yourself. Start exploring some traumas or some situations that might have made you feel some type of way. And you might have never let that go. You might have just brushed it to the side because you didn't want to be too sensitive, or you didn't want to be looked at as, oh, you just crying all the time, or you didn't think it was that deep, but the whole time it was that deep. And that's the reason why it's still affecting your reality to this day, because you need to go back and change that. Like, over time, like, a raindrop might not seem like a lot, but you keep dropping raindrops for 100 days, a fat ass puddle gonna be on the ground. So what you think gonna happen if you keep bypassing these little small tiny situations and examples, I mean, not examples, but situations in your life, and you like, okay, well, I just brush it off to the side, it's not that deep. But eventually, over time, it starts to build up and it becomes that deep, because whole time it was that deep. So I say that to say, um I forgot where I was at. I was giving y'all the steps. Okay, almost kicked the phone over. All right, so that's step one: separate yourself from everybody. I kind of already said step two is to go within and look for your, um, just start exploring yourself way more. All right. Step three, you need to, after you evaluate all your traumas and stuff like that, and the things that other people might have did to you the things that you might have did to yourself, the next thing, the third step is acceptance slash forgiveness. Okay. Now, the reason why I say acceptance slash forgiveness is because the way I look at it, and it's me personally, you can do what you want to do or however these methods work for you. But for me, I find it kind of hard to forgive people because it's like once I see you for who you are, it's like you are always going to be that way. So it's like for me, it's very hard for people to gain my trust again after they lost it. So what I would do is instead of forgiving somebody and giving them the power to do what they did to me again, I accept. So I say, okay, you did that to me. Okay, cool. I'm not going to reciprocate that negative energy. I'm just going to accept you for who you are because I see you for who you are, and we're done. Like, that's it. Like, so, but I feel like forgiveness is for the self. Forgiveness is for you. Forgiveness is for yourself. And I know you heard a lot of people say that forgiveness is for yourself. Because if you don't forgive yourself, the same thing is going to happen. You're going to find yourself keep manifesting these negative situations and these bad partners, and which may seem like bad partners at first, but all they doing is showing you a part of yourself that you need to fix, or showing you a part of yourself that you need to improve on and work on. So then, and I think I said this in the previous video that I recorded. I don't think I dropped it yet. It's probably gonna come out before this one, but I said that God damn it, I just lost my train of thought. What did I say in that video? I don't know. I forgot. But let's just keep going though. Forgiveness, right? Forgiveness is for the self. You need to forgive yourself so you can stop attracting these people into your life. Because once you forgive yourself, you can then move on and start to what's the word I'm looking for? You just start to move on and the idea is not to this is what I was gonna say. This is what I said in the last video that I recorded. The key is not to begin working on your optimal self before you get into a relationship and then be like, okay, well, I'm working on myself now. So let me go ahead and try to find somebody. Like, no, that's not the way you go about that. All right. Cause you're going to run back into the same place that you was just at for trying to rush the process. Okay. You do not want to rush the process. All right. You want to wait and keep working on yourself. No matter what, just keep working on yourself. And the key is not to try to shift your reality to go the way you want it to go. The key is to shape your inside and then just let that reflect back to you. So at the end of the day, all you can do is work on what you can control, and that is you. That is in here, that is within, that's your action, that's your thoughts. Okay. And what you cannot control is everything else that's not you and that's not outside of you. I mean, that's not inside of you. Okay. So it's like excuse me, it's like you don't even have to do no work. All you got to do is focus on what you can control and work on you. And then literally the divine is going to do everything else. And this is you hear spiritual people talk about this, spiritual teachers and stuff like that. Basically what I'm talking about is the law of mirroring. Okay. The law of mirroring. All right. Basically letting basically whatever you hold within is going to be mirrored back to you. Okay. So literally this is what they mean by when they say you create your reality. Yeah, you create your reality, and you are within. You are not this physical vessel. This is just a vessel for you to express yourself. The real you is in here. It's in here. It's right here. So that's literally what they mean by You create your reality. It's so crazy. Like, I feel like the world would be like so much more peaceful, more loving, and more better if people took the time to really work on themselves before they just got up and started doing stuff. Like, and then like everybody is so trained to to go after results so quick, and it's like, man, y'all gotta understand things take time. Like, you don't drop a damn tea bag in the water and the shit just turn to tea. Like, you gotta let the shit sit. You gotta let it simmer. You gotta like like you gotta do all this shit. Like, god damn, like you gotta prepare the tea. Like, you got this shit take time. Like, and a lot of times some things take longer than others. Some things take even longer than that. So it's like, or like, just let go of your expectations, and most importantly, let go of the expectations that you have for you, because okay, it's a different story. You have expectations for somebody else. Like, okay, at the end of the day, you still can't control that. Only they can control that. You letting somebody else's expectations shape your expectations of you, and now you trying to control yourself to live somebody else's reality. You need to control yourself to live the reality that you want. Okay? And that starts with creating your optimal self, because who wants to live a life like it's this simple. Whatever life you want to live, just be it. Whatever person you want to attract, be it. Like, and it's that simple. Like, that's all you have to do. And we got to stop looking for people to complete us. And it's like, okay, that's cool. Like, somebody can be your other half and stuff like that. Like, oh, that's cool. But at the end of the day, it's like, when they're not your other half, when that other half is not there, like, who is there? Like, are you there for you? Like, or are you like relying on half of a damn person, and then when they leave, you're nothing? Like, come on now. Like, in order to have 100%, it got to be 50-50. But it's not that you should be giving 50% and then they give 50% and that's it. Like, everybody should be giving 100% in their relationship. I believe that. So in all actuality, it's not 50-50, but it is 50-50. It's 50-50 for the external. I give you 50% of me, you give me 50% of me. And then when it's time to return back to our individual selves, I'm giving myself that other 50%, and you're giving yourself that other 50%. Okay? So at the end of the day, I'm feeding the relationship, I'm feeding somebody that I love, and I'm feeding myself. And then I'm taking that love that you're giving me, and I'm taking that and giving it to myself. So at the end of the day, we're watering each other and we're watering ourselves. That's how I feel like all relationships should be, whether it's romantic, friendship, or whatever. That's how I feel like it should be. And a lot of people is like, once they not getting that 50% from somebody else, it's like they done. Like, they don't have nothing. And then once they get over that, they go out looking for somebody else to give them that 50%. And then if they don't find it in time, it's like, oh, why can't I get it? I can't do it. And it's like, man, like, where are you at in your life? Like, are you present in your own life? You wake up with yourself. You look at yourself in the mirror every day. You make yourself use the bathroom every morning. You go and make sure you have something to eat every morning. Like, you gotta make sure you're on top of yourself in every level, emotionally, physically, financially, spiritually, anything, any and everything. You gotta be on top of your game if you want to attract the top of the game. Okay, if you want to be at the top of the game. That's great. If you want to be at the top of the game, you got to be at the top of the game. Like, it's that simple, man. It's just that simple, man. So literally after like, who was that, three, 4 steps, and that's it. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna lie. The step, whatever step that was, I think it was step 2 when I said go inward and, what I'm saying, reflect. Now that's gonna be the hardest part. It's gonna be the hardest part because a lot of people not ready to face themselves. A lot of people not ready to face, what I'm saying, a lot of the things they've been through. So it's like at that point you shouldn't even be looking to date. It should just be, you need to work on yourself and build yourself up to where you're ready to face yourself. And then once you face yourself, then you move on to step 3. Or goddamn, step 3. Yeah, step 3. I was only 3 steps, right? 3 or 4. I forgot. But whatever step that was, which is just live your life as your best version and let your internal world, let your external world be a reflection of your internal world, okay? And it's not gonna happen overnight, okay? Like, it takes time for things to, I'm saying, mold and shape into place. So the key is not to just, the key after that is to just let go and have patience. Other than that, all you got to do is be yourself. Just operate at your optimal self, whatever it is. Like, whatever it is that your optimal self looks like for you, whether that's getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, you know what I'm saying, giving thanks to the powers that be, your ancestors or whatever you believe in, working out, helping people, eating healthy, making sure you're taking care of yourself, you know what I'm saying, not living out of love, not spreading no negativity. You do that for, you know what I'm saying, keep learning new things about yourself and both about the world, you know what I'm saying, about spirituality, stuff like that, whatever you interested in, whatever your passion is. You do that, just let go and just let it reflect back to you. That's all you got to do. And it's not that hard. I just told you the hardest part is going back to your past. And if you were the type of person that don't have a problem with sitting with yourself and facing yourself and figuring things out on your own, then it's gonna be nothing, because it's like all you gotta do is work on yourself, which we should be doing. We all should be doing that anyway. So then just stay patient, man. Like, it's gonna come. Just stay patient. We need to really start spreading the message of creating your optimal self before dating, because it will fix a lot. It will heal a lot of households. We can finally stop creating broken households. So then the generations that will come after us will develop that same mindset because they seen their elders do it. So yeah, man. Creating your optimal self before dating, so important, man. But yeah, man, I feel like that's it, man. Y'all got any questions? My email, my Instagram is in the description. And yeah, man, y'all be safe out here. Create your optimal self before getting into any partnership. All right, Jelani Spiritual, I'm gone.